Let's tell the twisted and secret origin story of Cecil Stedman. Years ago, we see Cecil on a mission for the Global Defense Agency when he is captured by a terrorist group known as the Order of the Freeing Fist. Thankfully enough, the indestructible Brit shows up in order to save Cecil, but not before the terrorists could successfully release their bioweapon, which caused Cecil's skin to disintegrate off of his body. Weeks later, we see him recovering at a secret Global Defense Agency hospital where they have successfully replaced all of his damaged skin. All of it except for one tiny salvageable area around his mouth that they offered to replace, but Cecil sternly told them no. They wanted to replace it, but Cecil wouldn't let them. He wanted a reminder of this nightmare. He wanted a reminder that people died because he failed. He will never let that happen again. Years go by and Cecil becomes one of the top agents in the entirety of the Global Defense Agency until one day we see that they're being invaded by the Lizard League. Cecil is working tirelessly, trying to get his predecessor, Director Ratcliffe, out of the building and to safety. You couldn't imagine the shock he's experiencing when he sees he's getting some backup from none other than the Order of the Freeing Fist. See, it turns out that Director Ratcliffe had actually faked their deaths, that this entire time they've secretly been working for him, and he tells Cecil that they were a lot more useful like this than they would have been behind bars. Well, if it wasn't for their help right now, the two of them probably wouldn't be alive. Cecil shows his gratitude for helping them by murdering them. His rage-filled and vengeful killing of the Order of the Freeing Fist landed him in a cell of his own, where he would go on to spend the next couple of months until he is visited by Director Ratcliffe. Tell Cecil that he's stepping down, that no one else on Earth could possibly take his place, that Cecil Stedman is the only man for the job. And now Cecil has a first-hand experience to see how much more good somebody can do outside of the cell than in it. And he lays the hard truth on Cecil, that sometimes the good guy and the guy who saves the world can't be the same person. Advice that Cecil took to heart as we see him a year later, now the director of the Global Defense Agency, seeing Omni-Man on Earth for the first time. He introduces himself to the Viltrumite, tells him who he is, what he does, and how he's all about protecting this world. To which Nolan replies that that's great because that's exactly what he came here to do. He's here to protect the Earth as well. The two of them then head back to the Global Defense Agency headquarters where they spend hours discussing Omni-Man's plan for trying to make the world a better place. Shortly after he leaves, the team that was monitoring the entire conversation comes in and tells Cecil that that's all a lie. The story about Viltrum and the World Betterment Committee and what he's doing on this planet and his entire mission is false. And when asked what he's going to do about this, Cecil tells his employees nothing. He doesn't know why Omni-Man's here, and he doesn't care, because the fact of the matter is he's extremely powerful and he wants to help. Cecil can use him to protect the planet and save lives, no matter what his true motives might be. At the end of the day, Cecil Stedman would make a deal with the devil if it meant the safety of this planet and the people on it. That's what he does. That's his job.